Howdy neighbor! Welcome to our next review. This is set 10263 Winter Village Fire Station. This is a very recently released set. As you can see, it's a very festive, very Christmas wintry type of set, which is very cool. The main feature is this fire station, which is partially exposed in the back, allows a lot of playability. There is also a bunch of side pieces that LEGO provides. There is, for example, this frozen fountain with accompanying hockey player. There is this wooden bench with the lamppost. They provide you with the Dalmatian. There is a Christmas tree, a mother and child on a sled, and a mini fire truck. So there's a lot going on with this set. There's a lot to cover, so we're gonna get right into it. So here we have the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is, first of all, I think it looks really, really nice. And I think that if you remove this Christmas tree, as simple as it is, you take away a lot of the Christmas presents from the set. Okay, so it's a really straightforward build. Let me kind of show you. It's just basically made up of four of these symmetrical green triangles, and you put the ornaments on. You're building four copies of these, and you're just then mounting it onto this post basically. And then once you're done, you basically make the tree. There's a nice little star on top, a box of presents, and a little micro train. So I think it looks really, really nice. And again, hey, it's really simple, but I'm glad LEGO put this in. And if you took it out, then it would kind of lose its wintry feel. So that's that. Let's see. Next, we have the mom and her child, like the simple blue sled, and this Dalmatian. So yeah, Dalmatian minifigure is just a minifigure. The sled has this little micro baby on there, micro minifig on there. The mom is a mini minifig, so you can tell from her legs, her shorter legs. The legs do not move, they are fixed. And the sled has this box of presents behind the child. And the bottom portion of the sled has these, I'm guessing they're like Ninjago katana blades. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Only takes a couple of seconds to build. Next up, we got this very simple bench with a lamppost. You can mount some minifigs on the bench. Got this firefighter here. We get the saxophone guy here. Very nice solo, by the way. You know. Yeah, looks nice. Looks the piece. The bench is kind of flimsy though. When you're mounting and unmounting the minifig, the bench tends to like fall apart. The bench does tilt back, and you can tilt it up. And one of the tiles is studded so that you can, again, put a minifig on it. That's that. Let's see, we got next the mini fire truck. It fits one minifig, no problem. You can fit two, but it's a little bit squishy. It has these two fire hose. Whoa. There's these two fire hoses on the side. The wheels do move very, very well, as you would expect from LEGO. The fire truck has 5 stickers. There's a sticker here, one on the other side, sticker here, and the identical sticker on the opposite side. And then the license plate is a sticker, and there's 2 tools at the back. The ladder mechanism here, I feel is like very well done. It moves in a very satisfying way, moves very, very well. The ladder does retract and extend. And one thing I want to point out is that the truck does fit through the fire station doors, no problem. So it does go in and out. So that's that. And lastly, we have this right here. This is the frozen like fountain. This along with the Christmas tree, in my opinion, are the best. So this one is kind of reminiscent of some of the older sets. This blue, this transparent, translucent blue with the white, it kind of reminds me of the Frozen Planet series from way back. Some of you guys might remember that. That was from my childhood. So, you know, the contrast between the white and the blue is very pleasant to look at. And snapping these smooth tiles in, it's very satisfying. The overall look, I think, is very polished. You know, you got these smooth tiles representing the frozen ice of the frozen water, and then you got these smooth tiles around the perimeter, you know, to give it that smooth, studless look. I mean, there's still studs, but a lot of it is polished and smooth. It also features this minifigure statue here, the faceless minifigure that LEGO tends to use as a statue. And this hockey player. The hockey player does have skates, and at first I thought these skates would be would have the minifig a little bit topsy and a little bit unstable, but he actually stands very firmly. So yeah, that's that. So now let's move on to the main feature, the fire station. Alright, moving to the front of the structure, which is the main feature. Just first impressions, I think it looks really nice. I like I like how they went with this dark red crimson color. I think it pairs up really well with this tan. Most firefighter buildings that LEGO makes, they use like this super bright red, and I'm glad that they use it sparingly here. They only use it for the doors, but I think that the crimson and the tan, it gives it a more like rustic, more mature look, and it kind of goes well with the whole winter theme. Speaking of winter, they put this the snow on the stairs. They put also the snow on the roof, which I think is a really nice touch. There's some over here as well. Of course, there is the holly, which, you know, makes it unmistakably winter. And then they added like Olaf here. He has his nose back. Very good, very good. So yeah, it's just like first impressions. I think the structure looks really nice. It also looks very like, how do I say it? Like inviting or homey, because there's a lot of like light that can go through. There's like these, there's windows here. There's a door here. Small window here. Two large windows in the front. Small window over here. Window here. Door here. As I mentioned, the mini fire truck can go through the doors of the fire station, no problem. And you know, like LEGO makes other building sets, and some of those other building sets, some of them have like double the piece count. So they're a lot more detailed than this, but that's not to say that this set's lacking detail. You can see, for example, from the front, you can see like this little ridge pattern on the top of the roof. I thought that was pretty cool. That design is made up of these nearly 60 1x1 holder pieces. And normally these holder pieces are used to hold things. But here in this set, and there's some over here as well, but in this set, these holder pieces are not holding anything, and they're purely just for aesthetics, to create that little extra level of detail, which I think is pretty neat. I also like this part of the building right here. This part was very fun to build, and just it's something worthy to point out. So let me break it apart here. Before I do that though, again, you can see the holder pieces creating that nice design all throughout this part. It's on every side. So this part is pretty neat. So normally when you're building Lego, you're building horizontal, right? You're building horizontally parallel to the ground like this. Here though, you're building perpendicular, and this piece is just made up of two nearly symmetrical pieces, but they differ in the latching, right? So you latch it, and then you create this L shape, and now you post them like this. So it's a bit different from what we're accustomed to, if I can put it in. So I thought that was pretty neat. And I think the design, oh, can I put this in? I think the design gives it a nice little elegant touch to the building. So yeah, that is the front. We're gonna flip this over and we'll see the inside. All right, here we have the back side, which is the exposed side. So I have the roof removed for this, just to let in more light and show you guys some of the features. Here's the roof. The roof is held in place by just these 4 studs, these 2 over here and these 2 over here. And basically what this does is it lets you unmount and mount the roof very easily. The 4 studs provide just enough grip to kind of hold it in place. But again, because there's only 4 studs and the rest of the plating is smooth, just smooth tiles all around, it makes it so that it's also very easy to disassemble. And it doesn't like require you to like break things apart. So that's the roof. Inside we can see, let me zoom in a little bit. We can see there's like a little kitchen area with like a little coffee station here. We got a little frying pan and a little sink next to it. We got like a telephone, like a landline. We have this bed that folds down and goes back up. We got a little dog station here. This is where the dog hangs out. What's up, dog? And then we have this little wiener, what's it called? This dining table station here. I'm glad the Lego's using this color a lot more. This is the sand green color. It used to be pretty rare, but they're using it more and more. It's my favorite Lego color. Very nice. Kind of doesn't match, but I'm still glad that they put it in there. The chairs do move. Okay, to the side here, let me move this a little bit. On the side here, we have the long firefighter pole. There's a door here so they can go to this section and then slide back down. It's using this Swedish blue and yellow scheme here, which I thought was kind of interesting. It's paying homage to Sweden. Then to the bottom, the first floor is pretty simple. I have the doors open here. It's just basically 2 fire extinguishers. There's like some tools, a clock, and a spare firefighter's helmet. So yeah, the ground level is kind of basic. The meat of the features is kind of on the 2nd floor. And again, this structure is detailed, but it's also meant to be played with. It could be used as a centerpiece, but you can clearly tell from the cutout from the backside that this is a set that's designed to be played with. All right, so here we have the set put back together. Before I give my concluding remarks, just wanted to show you guys one last feature of the set. So on top of the roof, there is this light up brick. And what's cool about this is that not only does the light shine through behind the bell, but it also shines below because there's this exposed plate that sits below the light up brick. And what this does is that when you press the light up brick, light comes through, and it also comes through the 2nd floor through the large windows. I'm not sure how it'll show in the video, but in person, it looks really nice. So there you have it, folks. This is the Lego Winter Fire Station. I do recommend this set. I give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's a very versatile set. If you do not intend to play with this set, like me, I don't play with my sets, I think it's still something that you should consider. It's a very good centerpiece set. It's a set that you can put in your living room, you can put in your office, and I feel like a lot of non-Lego fans will kind of gravitate towards the set and be curious. It's the type of set, in my opinion, that will kind of convert a non-Lego fan into a Lego fan. If you have children, I think this is also a set that you might want to consider because, as I mentioned, it's the play value is there. It has an exposed cutout rear and the roof does come on and off very easily, giving kids access to the features of the building. And that's just the building. There's also a lot of side pieces, a lot of accessories that they can play with. And lastly, just in general, I think this is a good set for the season. It is obviously a winter Christmassy type set, and I think there's a lot of bonding potential that can come out of this. For me personally, if I had a kid, I'd want to build this set with the child for sure. And I think there's a lot of bonding experience that you can get out of this with a parent and child. So overall, 10 out of 10, highly recommend it. If you liked this video and you thought it was informative, please thumbs up. It would help me out quite a bit. And please follow along because we have a lot more LEGO reviews coming up. Thank you.